Ecomobl ET Pro. Now this is a completely different kind of board. For me that I review electric skateboard for already 4 or 5 years. Whenever I see something new, I'm very excited. And this is new by many different reasons that is special in a way. So let's take a closer look first at the design. So we have a pretty large deck, and this is a completely solid deck, so there's no flex to it whatsoever. We have some pretty big drop downs right here. Now the grip tape, I like the design. It could have some foam shock absorption grip tape. It doesn't. That's a shame, because considering that this is a stiff deck, that would have helped a little bit with the ride. But because we have this massive 7-inch tires, well, it feels very comfortable nonetheless. Now take a look at these tracks. You don't see that every day on skates. I don't see ever this kind of things. So they're very large, they're super long. I believe they're probably something like 13 inches tracks, and they're reverse kimping tracks on an 80 board with 7-inch wheel. So it is a weird combination. Another thing, I don't know if you can tell, I'm not holding the board whatsoever. The board is standing on its own, so it's not against anything. You can see that it's not against anything. So I can literally put it there and stand on its own. Now that's something that I've been wishing for a really long time for all the boards to have, something that you can just stand it. Why not, right? The other thing that is quite interesting is that we have lights all over the place. So we have front lights. They're not super bright, but they're good enough to see a little bit what's in front of you. We have a light strip. Let me turn that on. So by the way, they can turn on from the remote itself. Let me turn that on as well. So as you can see, this is a Link ESC. I'm gonna turn on these lights. And look at that, this is beautiful. We have braking lights, we have side lights, and we have front lights. And they all can turn from the remote. You don't need to charge them because they feed off the big battery. Look at that battery. So, well, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this battery a bit later. But yeah, so far it is very interesting looking ESK. Okay, let's go ride. It's heavy, definitely heavy. So this is $999, and this is a really affordable all-terrain electric skateboard, especially when consider whatever is out there in the market already. On top of that, if you use this code GABY, G-A-B-Y, I put it down in the description down below, together with the link, well, you get $50 off. So that's like $949. That's very affordable for these kind of boards. And whenever I review a budget board, I was trying to find out, is it a cheap board or just a really great deal? So let's break it down into different sections basically here. So I have here some of the specs that I want to read from the website. Okay, 12 S3P 15 amps. So that's a very generous battery. We have 180 by 60 millimeter wheels, so they're bigger wheels than most other 80 boards, especially at this low budget target that is like basically nothingness that you can get like this at this price. And then we have like crazy stuff, like the range they claim 33 to 45 kilometers. Of course, that's gonna wildly depend on the way you ride, your weight, and the inclinations of the roads where you're riding, if you're riding off-road, carving, etc. But yeah, I guess I get somewhere around 25 to 30 kilometers easily on this board. I mean, I've been riding it for a long time, and I can notice that the battery just never goes down. Now, we have lights. That's not common from any kind of board at this price point. I'm not just saying 81, I'm just saying any board. Nothing out there with lights that is for like $949. Now, the speed is 48 to 55 kilometers. That's very fast for an 80 board. Actually, I tested out up to somewhere around 45 kilometers per hour. And there is more. I can feel it that I can keep pushing, but I was a little bit afraid. That's because the tracks, even though they're huge and the reverse kipping track, you will think they don't carb well. Actually, they feel very sensitive, kind of like the way I would normally feel when riding double kipping tracks. So yeah, I don't know, that's a little bit strange. But yeah, overall, it's a great value for what you get. $949 can get you a lot of board. Okay, let's keep riding. We came to the mountain to test the power while on an incline, and it's okay, it's decent. It's not like some of the other AT boards that are more expensive, like the X-Way Atlas or MII Hurricane. Don't get me wrong, it's good enough, it climbs, but yeah, you kind of feel like it's a little bit more labor. I managed to get somewhere around 35 kilometers per hour going full speed on an incline. I don't know what's the incline, I mean, you can see it more or less like this, where we are right now. So these have planetary gears. And yeah, that's something that has been around for quite a while, but recently, since there've been a lot of new kind of gear drivetrains from X-Way and MIPO and so on, now planetary gear looks like it's kind of, I don't know, like a new thing. Actually, it's been around for forever, basically. And it kind of looks like hub motors, where the motors are inside the wheel. And I guess you could change the wheels to a different pneumatic as long as it have the same circumferences. But keep in mind, you're not going to be able to have any PU wheels or cloud wheels or anything like that. So yeah, you need to keep that in mind. I guess if you could potentially change for smaller wheels, like maybe PU wheels, you're definitely going to get a lot more range and a lot more power on an incline, like we just tested right now. So generally speaking, I would say, yeah, it is good. It's all like put together very nicely. If you're planning on changing wheels, it's something that you need to keep in mind. Also, I want to talk quickly about the ESC. We have Lean E ESC. If I have it at full power, like at Pro mode, it kind of kick a little. It's like boom. It's like, yeah, I don't quite like that. Michael, my assistant, he kind of loved that. He's like, yeah, I love the kick, because he want to feel that speed from the very first second. Is put the thumb in the wheel. I prefer to like take off a little slowly and then very quickly speed up. If I drop it down to high, instead of basically level 3 instead of level 4, well, that goes away, it's perfectly fine. But at high, the top speed is 33 kilometers per hour, which is kind of weird. It's not that fast. So yeah, I don't know. It's depending what you want. Okay, time to test this off-road. So this is not a true off-road mountain board, but you can definitely take it to some trails in the mountains and have some fun like we just did. So it handles pretty well. I guess these big long tracks that it have, they handle well while going into some very bad terrain, or in this case trails. These trails are particularly really bad, so yeah, it's good that the board can somehow handle it. What a beautiful view. Alright guys, so in conclusion, this board, it is great value for money. $949 using my discount. Remember, Gaby, it is in the description down below together with the link. We have very big wheels. We have a relatively different design. We have some gentle concakes, very steep drop downs that keep your feet in place if you're going off-road or you're trying to do slides. We have very big wheels. This is phenomenal for off-roading and going over some really bad roads. Depending where you live, that might be very helpful. The remote control does have an LCD screen. It's very small, very simple. We have Link ESC. Some people like it, some people don't. It's all about preference. Link ESC have gone a really long way, so it's not like it used to be. That it used to be bad. Now it's quite good actually. You have different settings that you can adjust. You can actually adjust the braking power and the gear power, so the acceleration as well. The acceleration is pretty good. The top speed is good. To be honest, it's actually overall really good. The one thing that some people might not like is that the planetary gear, the drive system, doesn't allow to change to smaller wheels. But other than that, this is a pretty good board. The highlights, no pun intended, are the lights. So we have a lot of lights, front lights, rear lights, side lights, and we also have a pretty big battery. Considering the price, this is actually a huge battery, since it will give you quite good range. And like I say, for that price, you don't get many boards out there with these kind of specifications. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, please don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe and all that stuff. Remember, there is a link in the description down below. Together with a discount code, you save $50. So yeah, that's it for me today. Adios amigos.